What's up, everyone? Welcome to the 25th episode of Trench Talk. My name is Anonymous22. I'm here with one of my usual co-hosts. The other one, interview, is sadly sick and will not be joining us today. Hope he starts feeling better. LTR, how are we doing today?
I'm doing well, man. Market's been good. Been hot, been good. It's a little boring lately just because I feel like we've gotten a lot of AI slop lately that's just like, okay, whatever. But other than that, I mean, we can't complain. Like, market just looks great. It might be a little boring day in, day out a little bit here, but it's going to be worth it in the end, right?
Market's good for the bag holders. For the new pair slop people,
Warriors.
I'm personally funding like third world countries to
You're
new
paying a
generational
salary
wealth.
for India right now.
So yeah, that's how that's going. And then we have a very special guest this week, TheBoggartt. How are you doing today, sir?
Hey, I'm doing well. Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, no, I was really glad when LTR told me that we were going to get you on because I know you've kind of been around here forever. So it's kind of like good just to, have someone that really is truly trading every day. But
I think also Bob's is like a father to a lot of shitcoiners right now just because of
Right.
his background, which we'll get into. But like, I know personally I started shitcoining on ETH just because of Boggs and his group. So I think a lot of people are like me and we'll be happy to see it.
yeah, I remember one of the first like groups I ever heard of was Consortium, like especially coming from like the NFT side. So yeah, no, it's been great to see how that has kind of progressed over the since the like 2021 NFT cycle to now. But
Yeah, I'm glad you guys survived. Not many
oh,
did.
thank God. I know some people that got wiped out, man, dude. Like, I
Yeah, that
remember
was
I
like
think
the
it was
transition period between NFTs died and shitcoins were like right before Pepe, right? So I
Yeah.
think a lot of people died before Pepe and then just like never really saw the fruits of their labor. They just got wiped out, which is pretty crazy to think about. Like I know a lot of NFT people that tried to switch over to shitcoins because they realized NFTs were a sinking ship, and then yeah, it was bad.
one thing I will say is it does look like I'm not gonna name any names, not gonna name drop anyone, but like there's a couple people that post like, hey, like I zeroed my port, and some of them are starting to like kind of come back a little bit. So I am glad to see that some people are coming back, but yes, I don't think some people will ever recover from NFTs. Like I had a whole other group I used to trade with, and all of them just like straight up got jobs and just quit forever. Like it was crazy. Absolutely insane. But Boggartt, would you be down to kind of give a little background about yourself? I feel like a lot of people will know who you are, but just for anyone that doesn't know.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. So, I've been trading crypto. The first time I bought Bitcoin was like 2014 to buy like a knife off of the dark web. I was like in middle school, but I didn't get into it. Like I didn't.
Wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, we were
You
buying like
gotta
pocket
stop.
knives. Pocket knives, and then it evolved to like fake IDs when I was 16. I was using it for like illegal shit back then.
Hey,
So that yeah,
utility.
that was the intro. That's right. Yeah, talk about utility. So that's sort of that's how I got my toes wet in crypto, but it wasn't until like 2016, 2017 that I started taking it pretty seriously. I actually I went in with all of my money and savings at the market top of 2017 and then just like got obliterated 95%. And I was like, well, shit, like either you quit or you're like, if you liked it 95% higher, you better like it more here. And so I doubled down. I started doing research and I got really into like altcoin trading and I was doing that for a few years. And it ended up being really good that I stuck around. I made some nice bags. But I was alone. And then it wasn't until like 2021 that I heard about like NFTs and CyberKong specifically. I was like, oh, like these monkey pictures give me bananas. Like I'm buying. And so I bought into CyberKongs and then I ended up getting a few of those and I met a lot of really good people. I was like, oh shit, there's other people like trading this stuff. Like this is amazing. And so that's where I found like community and people I ended up working on projects with. And then from there, they had a great shitcoin channel back in 2021. It was kind of like the main shitcoin spot. And that's where I learned. And then from there, I ended up, we had no tools back then. We like to say we were Etherscan warriors. There were no bots to trade. We were sniping through the Uniswap router. And we were like, well, man, we need to make ourselves some tools. So we did. And then we were like, well, man, we should sell these tools. So we actually made Consortium Key, which at the time was the very first commercial trading bot ever released. There were like some private ones people used in groups before that, but we were the first ever on the market, before Maestro or Banana or anyone, but it was all NFT gated until pretty recently. So that was where we got our start. And since then, I've just been, spending the past few years running that and just, in the DGen depths with the rest of you guys. LTR was in there at one point. I know we've crossed paths and on. So that's like the quick and dirty of how I got here.
Yeah, I don't remember we ever had an actual conversation or not, me and you, but I just know that we were. It was a very small amount of people still here in 2022, so it was you couldn't really go into a different group chat without seeing someone you knew already. Because it was so small. But man, I do remember buying a. What was it? A Baby Kong? What's the Cyber Kong?
They had baby. Cyber Kongs, Baby Kongs, and VX.
Just to join the glorious alpha chat of the Cyber Kongs back in the day. Wow, yeah, that was crazy.
It's crazy.
I also remember during that time.
Blue chips.
I also remember during that time paying a 6 ETH for an Origins pass too. Yeah.
Right.
Shout out Jumpman. Shout out Jumpman.
Yeah, I mean, it was hard. So many of those, it's really hard to do these types of businesses. And I know, we've had to pivot our business model several times from NFT to subscription to now, free and fee-based. But it's I feel like 95% plus of businesses couldn't adapt because they're also not run like a real business. So few survived, man.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, it's just everlasting, just constantly changing space. I wouldn't even know how to run something. My ideal on crypto changes weekly. It's crazy.
Bro, I was legit cleaning out my Discord today, and it was honestly depressing because I was still in all these NFT alpha chats, and the last messages were from 7 months ago, and these were some of the best alpha chats, and I was like, dude. This is so depressing. It ruined my day, to be honest. It was just all these memories. And I wanted to go in there and see them still chatting with each other and having fun. But yeah, it was like a ghost town. It was so bad.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I actually bought my first NFT today in a while. So,
what'd you buy? Shill?
Nice.
Shill? I bought one of those on-chain hero ring abstract chain things.
I don't even know what that is. Oh,
I think it looks cool. You know what? I think it looks pretty cool. I think it's got a lot of connects.
No, you don't. You just want to make money on it,
bro. This is how I know absolutely nothing about this project. Let me tell you what I saw about it. I saw it's on Abstract Chain, and I saw Luca is part of Abstract Chain. That was about it. That had to be sold.
Oh my gosh!
If you need an ETH from me, that's all you need.
Next week we'll make an update on his NFT trade.
It'll be probably minus 90%, as per usual.
I'm gone by the Penguins.
Honestly, dude, I have so much stuff to talk about the past, because we haven't recorded in, 2-3 weeks, and I feel like it's just been kind of an insane, I don't know.
Crazy, bro.
I'll just say
it's
this.
Been
I had
crazy.
My best P&L week 2 weeks ago, and then last week and this week has just been absolute hell for me. It is just insane. And I really just don't know where to start. Does anyone want to start about something before I bring up something that I wrote down?
Honestly,
anyone got something to get off their chest?
Hyperliquid and Magic Eden, I don't really have anything.
Oh, dude, I mean, I'm sure we'll get into it, but in this last month, I made the biggest conviction trade I've ever made, and it's paying off. We'll get into it, but I had to hold through some nasty lows and drawbacks to get here.
Hey, well, we gotta hear about this. We gotta hear about this trade. Let's hear it.
All right, dude. Well, so it's been this whole AI meta is totally crazy, and it's like nearly impossible to see through the vapor of it. And my best way that I've found is I'm like, look, if there's a new AI project, I need to be able to find the team or a narrative of something it's connected to, or I'm just fading. Like any AI with no team I can find, fade. And that's been a really good benchmark. And then about a month ago, Griffain launched at Solana's AI hackathon, and I hadn't bought any like AI or anything. In fact, I've been down like nearly $500,000 on Solana. I've been bridging since Myro days, and I just can't win. But finally, this shit launched, and it was launched at Solana Hackathon. It's a docs dev, and then all of a sudden, like Tolly was showing a little bit of support, and I was like, man, like it's like on-chain AI agents. You can eventually train them to like track wallets, find profitable ones, like check your Telegram alerts, all sorts of crazy shit. And I was like, man, I'm gonna go deep in this thing. So I did. The thing, like, I had to wait out like 2 weeks of red, and then I sold my Bitcoin, which I've never done. I've never sold my Bitcoin. I was like, I'm selling Bitcoin to buy this shit. And of course, it ended up ripping to like 30 mil. It dumped out. I sold the rest of my Bitcoin, all of my savings, everything, and I dumped the rest in at 10 mil market cap. It proceeded to dip down to 3, and I just held. I called the founder. We had a great talk, and I was like, fuck it. Like, this is a huge conviction play. And now, now Griffain, it turns out, might have been incubated by Solana Foundation. It's at like 250 milli. So like it's a huge deal. And that sort of jump started me back into the game. And now we're back, boys.
Okay, lesson is sell your Bitcoin savings.
Oh, dude! I mean, it's a lesson in conviction.
401ks to buy Solana shitcoins.
Yeah. 100%, dude. Scared money don't make money.
Yeah. Put all your savings into 3 million market. Honestly, that's insane, and I love that for you. But that is insane. That's actually
it's crazy. No, it was like I knew it when I was going in. I was like, look, this is like make or break for me. But Tolly was supporting it a lot, and I was like, man, like it just the stars seem so aligned on it. I was like, everyone's wrong, and I like bull posted some big thread at the Pico bottom. I was like, fuck everybody, let's go.
Yeah, I think one of the crazy things, and I'll just say this is probably is like why you were struggling on Solana, was just because like a lot of the shit that runs, it's dog shit. Like, I'm sorry,
horrible.
Like, it's just a bunch of random shit. You don't know it's just, I don't know, it's trash. And I know not only you, Boggartt, but I know 2 other people that I trade with every day that as well won huge off Griffain, and it was kind of nice to see, like, because Tolly was supporting it from months ago.
Like early.
Like new information.
The dev was dumping, though.
Yeah, dude. It was just an insane coin to, like, kind of see how it played out. But it's great to see, like, conviction like that pay off. Because it's one of those things where I was like, this has all the stars aligned on it. This should be an easy mooner, and it just wasn't going up.
No, it nuked so bad, but it's like, I think it's a good lesson in like researching your own convictions. Like I got on there, I started using the agents, I started messaging the team. I like had a video chat with the team and like talked to them about the project. And it's like, there was no one telling me the stuff that gave me conviction, but it's like, sometimes you got to like get your head into your own pit and like not look to other people to tell you what the alpha is.
Yeah, I think, no, definitely, working for your bags, like actually trying to find insight on things is definitely like just such an important lesson that people got to learn for sure.
Yeah, you can't borrow conviction. Like you can borrow trades, but you can't borrow results, and you can't borrow conviction. So I think like, as a wallet tracker myself, and like predominantly most of my trades revolve around like wallet pings and stuff. I think I'm starting to understand that like, I used to sell when those wallets sold, but like I'm starting to learn like, hey, just because the wallet that made me buy sold doesn't mean I should sell. And like, I mean, sometimes
I actually turned off sells recently on everyone I track because I realized everyone is a G really at the end of the day. Like 99% of these people that are hitting the bags are also cheating the bags. And I was like, man, I just need to use them as a benchmark, like as something to look at and then find my own conviction in it, So I get wallet pings and I'm like, what is that? Yeah, no sells. Sells are all off for me.
GG. Yeah, that's smart. Because for me it depends on the trade. Like, that's what sucks sometimes. Because sometimes I'm like, if I know absolutely nothing about it, And that's what's like kind of really got me bad, because like I'll just say like this morning, like I'll be honest with you, I've been really bad at like I don't even know anything about the AI stuff. I'm so bad at AI. So I see shit like Gooch coin this morning, and I'm like, I'm reading about it. Like someone show it to me, I'm like, this is fucking stupid. Why the fuck would this go up? And it runs to 20 mil in like 6 hours from like 100K. I'm like, what the hell? What the actual hell? But it's kind of like nice that it seems that coins that are actually really building something are trying to run. It's just the problem with now on chain is the farmers are also building shit, and there's like nothing to tell a difference between like what's a rug and what's just like some new fresh, because like a lot of these like runners, like people are using fresh wallets and stuff, and it's just been so all over the place and
furthermore
hard
like
to track down what's a rug or not.
The rugs will still run. Like the rug will run to like 5 mil before everyone realizes it's a rug. So like I'll see it at 100K sometimes. I'll be like, I'll do some quick DD and it'll be like a recycled Twitter, right? Which is like, okay, easy rug. And then it'll run to like 5 mil, and then people at 5 mil will be like, "Oh, it's actually recycled Twitter. Everyone dump." And I'm like, "Well, I could have made like a 50x. Like, why was like
right?" Yeah, I mean, what I've found, like, the best approach for me has been, like, a less is more approach. You know, I especially don't mind missing pump and dumps, but I don't mind missing some runners. Like, you're not going to ever try to catch everything. And to try to catch everything is, like, you're just going to rinse to zero so fast. So I just tend to just, like, wait for stuff that I feel like a tingle in my balls on, you know, where I'm like, this feels, you know, pretty good. Like mana for whoever kept up with that the other day. It's some of the whole truth terminal shit. You saw that low, and that's one of those where you're like, okay, this is a clear narrative early on. Like, I'm happy to hit 1 or 2 runners in a week and miss, you know, 5 even. It doesn't matter. It's more about like reducing downside.
Yeah, no, that is a good point. Yeah, I mean, I'll admit I had the same mind share with that until I think it was like 2-3 weeks ago. I don't know I think it was when Bitcoin was like about to like break through 100K. I don't know what it was, but any coin I bought literally would like 5-10x. So I got into this weird space where I was just buying everything and making money every time. Yeah. And then the past 2 weeks I'm just getting wrenched. I'm honest with you, and it's like literally like me and my chat are saying like it's a runner a day. It's an afternoon, like America time every day. It's been so weird. But, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I've definitely I've slowed off the trigger a little bit, especially because I'm just like, okay, I made a lot of money. Let's not lose it all, please. That'd be great.
Yeah, I think recognizing when you're hot and when you're not is just good in general. Like, if the market's hot but you're in an absolute slump, I don't think just, like, forcing yourself to trade is the best way out of it. I like obviously paying attention is still good if the market's hot, but like if you're just in a slump, then like you just got to get a win eventually, like a small one, and then just compound that. But like,
wipe the slate, dude. Sometimes it's like a losing streak. Yeah,
and you just got to be like, okay, step back, and then even if the market's hot, I'm on a bad losing streak right now, so I should just like chill for a second. And like, you're gonna miss some stuff, but it's better than just, like, wasting all of your capital and wasting all your bullets.
Yeah, man.
No, I definitely agree. I've kind of, like, stepped back a little bit. And I've also, like, big thing is I've reduced my size a little bit. I'm just, like, kind of taking it a little bit easier right now. But there's so much shit that's happened over the past couple of days. I feel like we got to talk about some stuff. I guess we got to talk about the hype and the ME airdrop, I guess. Of course.
If you're like me and forgot to claim your sign, if you're like me and forgot to claim your PER back in the day from farming Hyperliquid very early, and then now that compounds into both like a 50K PER paper and then probably like a 500K Hyperliquid point paper, you're in a bad spot right now. Trust me. Don't check your old Hyperliquid points. I did not a good thing. Anyways, hype is ripping. That's about it, really. I mean, like, Hyperliquid is just good. Cool.
a,
I mean,
as a trench.
yeah.
Why, I don't even know why it's running so goddamn hard. I'm sorry.
I mean, I like honestly, I think it's just like an example of a well done drop. They had no private funding, no unlocks, no FUD, and then they like gave a super fucking juicy airdrop, and they have a great platform. So everyone's like, okay, you have an awesome platform. You just gave me a ton of money. Like hell yeah, we'll support you. I think it's as simple as that, and I don't know of many other examples I can think of off the top of my head where we saw something executed like as much to the benefit of participants of a certain protocol as this was. It's just, everyone got rewarded so juicy.
Yeah. One thing that I kind of identified it as, and I sadly did it late, it was just like so many people use the platform. Like a lot of big names on Twitter. I mean, they're, some of them are part of it, but a lot of big people like use the platform. And then definitely the second thing is I know so many people got caught off guard of how juicy the airdrop was. That was another big thing. Which I know you just said that, but I remember like I was like, oh, I just have like 1,000 points. I'm not going to claim that. Like I don't care. And it's just like, wow, holy shit.
Oops.
My bad. Okay, I was lazy as shit. And then I also think, kind of how, some people didn't get to claim also probably helped a little bit. That's controversial.
Mm-hmm.
Probably won't get into that. But, yeah, I mean, it definitely had a lot of right going for it. So, happy for the hype team. Happy, because I also know a lot of people just, like, made money just buying it, too, as well. It was over a weekend. I don't really trade weekend, so I kind of missed all of it and came back to just an absolute shit show.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, and then the Emmy airdrop. I mean,
I couldn't even fucking claim. Don't even talk about that shit. I had like 5,000 points, and they told me I was ineligible after telling me I was eligible.
You still couldn't claim?
No.
You not
Indians.
It's rough in the streets. It's rough out in these streets. Yeah, I mean, it was funny to see that on the back of the hype drop. You have Magic Eden, and just so many people upset by the Magic Eden drop in comparison to the hype drop.
That's because they made you download their crappy app to claim. Like the whole process was just awful. Whereas like hype literally just like airdropped you, and it was like, okay, cool.
Right, and I mean, I think you see the difference when you look at the charts for these things. You can see what people are happy with and what they aren't.
I'm sorry, dog. That Emmy airdrop chart is crime with the update listing. That is so bad.
They really took advantage of the Koreans.
Have you looked at the chart?
They really took advantage of the Koreans. Like, that's awful. That should be racist, honestly. Like, they listed on Upbit, all the Koreans aped, they went crazy, and then they just dumped on them. And I was like, oh, that's not
insane.
Good.
Insane. But hey, whatever. I mean, but I will say the biggest thing, I ain't complaining. I got gifted some free money, so win's a win, baby. Wins a win. I will never complain about getting free.
But Magic Eden, not so magic, Like, I don't know what to say. I had, like, a finance final that day, too. I was like, oh, sick. I'll get, like, a free 20K. I'll feel good about my final. Spent, like, 20 minutes just refreshing this stupid Magic Eden app, trying to claim. And, yeah, not a good day for me. Nothing bad happened. Just, not a good way to start my day.
Just nothing good.
Final.
Nothing bad, nothing good. Yeah.
The letdown.
Magic got a new number one enemy.
Because I just see that stuff as like free gambling money. I'm like, oh, sick! I got a free 20K that I can just like put into some sugar, hoping to 10x it. Like, let's go.
Well, I think that's also kind of the beauty with the Hyperliquid airdrop is, okay, you give people a bunch of capital, and then Hyperliquid is a great platform to use that capital on. So many people are going to just, like, take that money and be like, okay, fuck it, we're in a bull market, I'm longing everything with my airdrop right on your platform. Versus, like, you're not taking your Magic Eden money and buying shit on Magic Eden, I would hope, at least. I hope you're not doing that.
No, totally not. Totally not. Yeah, I don't know. It's alright, because OpenSea airdrop will be next. Even though I'm not gonna lie to you, the Magic Eden ones, like none of my old Solana wallets got points. So
That's because you didn't download the app and you didn't trade their stupid platform recently because NFTs have been dead. Even though I've done like hella volume on my old Solana wallets, it didn't matter.
dude, same. I did so much. I got a lot from my BTC one, so I wasn't complaining. I wasn't gonna complain, but
You're an ordinal fag.
Dude, it's like ordinals. I was there for Bitcoin punks when we were all buying them OTC, and I never even. I know that was a crazy moment, but I never even wrapped them. Like they're still sitting in whatever weird ass wallet is on my computer for that shit.
Are you dead ass?
Made like 10 Bitcoin.
I swear to God,
Bro,
dude, I swear to God, they're still sitting in there.
Like, dude, this man Boggs just like, dude, that was like a free 2 mil for you then if you wrapped them.
Really?
Yeah, dude, they pump. Bitcoin punks, those things pump to like 0.1 per or something.
Oh, no, they pumped a lot more. I was buying them higher. I bought my first at like 0.2, and then I bought like 3 more at 1 or 2 ETH.
I meant Bitcoin, like 0.1 Bitcoin, 0.1.
Oh, really?
Go break them out.
Yeah, right. But no, I mean, it's so funny. It's like we could feel the shifting tides with NFTs pretty early, and that's why, Consortium, we were one of the first, and I think that's how you got to us, LTR, was like everyone was still like trying to mass mint NFTs and stuff, but it just became kind of like a circle jerk between alpha groups, like a little, PvPing. Yeah, and we were just like, man, like we're not going to play this game. Like nobody is trading coins, and coins are so juicy.
Funny story, Consortium key mint was like 2 ETH, and I only had 4 ETH at the time. Guys, don't do this. No offense, Consortium key was great, but I put 50% of my portfolio into a Consortium key NFT at the time. Come a long way since then,
Conviction, brother.
Pretty crazy, but kind of insane at the time. I remember that vividly.
Yeah, it's wild.
Man, I think...
I have to rant real quick, Anon. NFTs are not coming back in the same form, guys.
I completely... Dude, I 100% agree. I couldn't agree more.
I said in the same form. People are
not
like,
in the same form.
Coming back? I'm like, not in the same way. They will come back in some other form, of whether it's more fungible with liquidity pools or something. But, like, I don't think we ever see the same NFT.
No, I agree. And especially not centered around like new collections and PvPs and like or PFPs and derivatives and all that. Like I don't think NFTs are amazing technology, but not for that shit. Like catch me, when I'll mint an NFT is when there's like an AI project that each NFT is an individual trainable agent that you can train yourself and add value to it and then sell that on the secondary market with the cool shit you taught it. That'll get me in NFTs. But not some new, penguin derivative.
Raising at a 10 mil valuation. Seed round soon.
Right. Hit my DMs when one of you make the AI NFTs.
Give them a rake back.
Yeah.
I think that there will be an opportunity. Someone needs to like shock drop an NFT project and like have it be some like decent cool tech, and I think
it has to have tech. I think the thing is now there's no community NFTs anymore really because meme coins are just better at that. You know what I mean? Like what free mint right now that's just art and just community is ever gonna be super successful again? And I don't think any really, because it's like, why would you not just make a coin and build a cult? Like it's so much better. But I totally agree, like, yeah, if there's something cool tech-wise, where there's, like, a community, cool art, but, like, there's actually some value to having the NFT rather than just, like, it being an NFT, yeah, I could see something like that. But in general, I just don't think... Funny is, most of the people that always say, are NFTs back, are the people that are just bag-holding NFTs. Like, it's the same...
Oh, 100%.
Like, it's the same
and, like,
every time.
The sad reality with NFTs is like normies or just people not in the space, they fucking hate NFTs. If you tell them buy this cute dog called Whiff, or they'll be like, all right, sounds sick. If you tell them buy a monkey JPEG, they're going to be like, dude, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Like, it's just, it's just like a rotating liquidity. And now we have new participants coming into the market and trading coins and like so few people coming in to trade NFTs. So I just don't really see it at the same scale.
I think one of the problems with NFTs is because like people don't see meme coins as like one thing. Whereas like people see NFTs as one thing. So if they have a bad conception of NFTs, they just hate NFTs. Whereas like I haven't really met anyone that's like, I just hate meme coins. It's more just like, oh, I hate Dogecoin. Whereas then they'll buy like Fartcoin or something. You know what I mean? Like they're not.
Yeah.
It's more specific than like, I just hate NFTs. NFTs are a scam. So it's really interesting to see that dynamic.
Yeah, totally.
I knew top was in motherfuckers were taking out loans against NFTs.
That shit was crazy.
Dude, I mean, I round tripped over 3 mil in my Kongs. I ended up losing really bad. I bought one Gen Kong at 40 ETH, and it's 120K at the time, and I was like, I got all into the community, I got all bullish. I call it banana blind because I was getting like so much banana per day. I ended up yeeting in the rest of my crypto portfolio. I liquidated all of my altcoins that I had been building up for years, and I bought 2 more gens at like 50, 60 ETH, and then the floor ran to 800K each. So now I'm sitting on 2.5 million of Kongs. I'm earning $3,000 a day in banana, and I was like, I'm never selling these things. Like a total fucking idiot, I didn't even do the math to be like, like you would need to have this yield maintained for years to equal selling one for 800K. And so I just round tripped completely into like horrendous loss. But the network and the people that I met, the people who I founded Consortium Key with, and just everyone, like that is so much more valuable than the money that I lost. I wouldn't take it back or change it at all. I mean, I guess it could have been nice to sell one, but there's so much value in network and the people you meet, and the smart individuals who now they're the guys I trade with 3 years later. It's like you end up making so much more from those relationships than just the singular trade that you could have made.
Real quick, that reminded me, shout out Punlord for not trading an anonymized for an Italian villa. I love you, Punlord, but that shit is crazy. I love that. Dude, every time, man.
I peer pressured my brother so hard to buy a mouse at 8 ETH. I argued with him for like 2 hours that it was like a great historical beta to Kongs and that he needed to sell Bitcoin to buy a mouse, and he did. Of course, they pumped up to 12 ETH. He didn't sell, and it just went right to 0 or whatever. It was like, oh man, I had my mom buying Galactic Apes, bro. Like I was fully pilled.
Onboarder, dude, get him in the soul.
Oh yeah, dude. My mom was buying squads of matching Galactic Apes.
That's hilarious, man.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like I can't talk shit. Like I also
you have an anonymized
myself
PSP,
in 2022. Hey,
they're cool.
My anonymized
mice are cool, dude. I stand by it.
Punlord not trading his for an Italian villa though. That's pretty. That's a great story.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I didn't have like a crazy like. I didn't have a crazy like round trip huge NFT project because I was always just flipping. Like I was always just slowly flipping up. Same. But like I did like. I had about 20K in like 2022. Like I nuked myself to oblivion, and I mean, I want to take it back because, I mean, I learned so much just staying there in 2022 and making so many connections and getting to where I'm now. It's just like, like I would never take it back. Like, shout out NFTs.
I remember.
Yeah, no, well.
In NFTs was Moonbirds because I won the raffle to mint, right? And I sold right off the bat for like 7 ETH profit. And that was so much to me at the time. And then I just watched as they went to 40 ETH. That was like, I remember that vividly because that was the first ever time I had like paper hands or, you know what I mean? Like I still made a ton of money, especially for at the time it like tripled my portfolio. But like, I remember that feeling vividly just because like it was the first ever time I coped over something. And it was like, yeah, it opened my eyes a lot.
Yeah, well, it brings up an interesting point that kind of calls back to something you were mentioning, one of you were mentioning earlier about how, a lot of the participants you knew from 2021 that left are now coming back. But, I think a through line between all of us is we stuck around. And what I've always said is like, losses are tuition as long as you're learning. So like we go to school, we pay, tens of thousands of dollars for degrees, and you have no chance of making your money back there, at least until you graduate and get a job, all this shit. But it's like, whether it's meme coins or NFTs or whatever, you're losing. But if every trade you take, you're like actually reflecting on it and learning from it, then you're just paying tuition. And that's totally fine. And it's going to come back around to you. And you actually have the chance to like make some money. And I feel bad for the people who give up. When I joined in 2017 and got like leveled, I stuck around. And that's where the value is. Sticking around from 2021 till now, we had like bear market to hone our trading skills. And then you have some people coming back. They're like buying at 100K Bitcoin. And it's like, bro, you've been gone 3 years. Why didn't you like it when Bitcoin was 22K? You got to like stick around and not get discouraged. I think it's like it's the most important thing.
What I think helped me a lot is I didn't round trip a lot because of FTX. Like I just didn't have that much money to begin with. So it was kind of like, well, I might as well stick around. It's not like I really lost much. And if it goes to zero, it's like whatever. So I think I was fortunate enough to like not have seen my net worth plummet really, just because I wasn't worth anything really to begin with. And then I could just build it up during the bear, which is like what I did. So I almost think I joined at like the best time because I didn't see the previous bull mania at all. And so like I didn't have that despair during the bear market. I just saw it as opportunity.
Yeah, that's
my
amazing.
Biggest thing is I stuck around was just like, it was like, even at like the peak of bottom, it was still like the best like side income that I knew about for like a young guy.
True.
Like I was still like having random free mints make me like 1 or 2K every once in a while, like maybe twice a month. Like
Yeah, you got.
It was nice,
right? Like
it was nice. So yeah, I mean, I would never take it back.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was nice. It was slow there for a second. It's actually so funny. It was the, we were trading memes, and for a second, like every coin to have a 1 million market cap coin was like it would happen once a week. You never saw it, and then. One day I was out and I bought this coin. I'd seen 1,000 Pepes and I saw this coin Pepe at 20K and I was like, fuck it, I'm buying. And I bought it and I woke up the next morning and it was from 20K to 600K. And then, like I said, in the bear market, I was like, oh shit, 600K, like I'm selling 50%. Well, it ended up being the Pepe. And I think I sold the rest of my bag by 100 million. I must have cleared, 30 or 40 ETH, which was amazing during the bear. But of course, my bag would be like worth over $10 million now from like a 0.0 or 0.1 buy, But it just goes to show you how the different markets can really change like your mindset and approach to things.
Yeah, I've had to change my mindset completely. Like, I'm up very nice on something right now, but, like, I think it can go way higher, so it's like I'm not selling, whereas, like, if I was up this much on this thing right now, during the bear, I would be absolutely, for lack of a better term, raping the chart. Like, I wouldn't have even made it.
Yeah, well... An approach that I've really, like, I always try to apply discipline and certain specific approaches to my trading. And the one that I've found, like, philosophically that helps me the most is, like, I don't try to set an arbitrary price target where I'm going to sell, or I don't try to say I'm holding till here. What I figure, like, is selling is creating an average. If you sell some at 100 million and then you sell more at 500 million, well, your average sell price is half of that, or, like, in between the two. So, I'm super bullish on Griffain. Does that mean I'm going to full stack or like hold my full stack until some arbitrary market cap? No, like I'll sell some along the way. I'll sell more up higher. And then you get an average exit that's like sort of close to all-time high, which is just a much more sustainable approach than trying to time it, missing, it just doesn't really work. So I'm just always kind of like averaging.
Yeah, our friend Woopig had a good post on that. We had him on the podcast. He was saying like, people always see selling as a binary decision, right? Like you're either in or you're out, where it's like it should be a liquid decision. Like it just should be over time, right? And you should just DCA out the same way you would DCA buy.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely changed my strategy a lot because I used to see it as like, I think that's partly NFT trading, right? Like if you had an NFT, you either sold or you held. But like with coins, it's not like that because they're so fungible that like you can sell little parts of your bag and fractionalize.
Yeah, it's much more convenient. It's a lot easier to trim than NFTs.
Trust me, I really don't want NFTs to come back. I really don't want to bought 200 NFTs and have to sit there and sell one by one. I really don't. I'd rather not. Like, coins not only made me way more money, but also was much easier to trade. So, and
I want to talk to the people who really want NFTs back like that badly. Like, I just don't. I guess they probably haven't tried coins really, but like it is just better. Like it is better. It is objectively better in every way. Why do you think Pudgy Penguins is making a coin? Like they're the number one NFT collection right now, and yet they're making a coin. Like there's a reason for that, and I think it's because coins are just better. You can get a larger audience. You can build a bigger cult. You can do more stuff. I mean,
I'm not gonna lie to you. This shit's funny. I gotta read this text message from my. I have one friend I know IRL crypto, and he only did NFTs. He never did coins. But before the election, what do you think this guy did? Do you think he bought some more crypto? Do you think he bought some meme coins?
Bought Pudgies, bro.
No. He bought 3 big Pudgies, 4 little Pudgies, and 2 doodles before the election. And he's holding. So
strategy.
Shout out him.
He's up,
dude. It's so funny. It's always funny, you know. We have all these people who don't do NFTs or don't do crypto, and they don't understand the significance. I have this friend. Who's like a friend of my cousin who I've recently gotten closer to in the last year or two. But when I met him, he was like, you know, it didn't come up till about 6 months later. He was like, oh yeah. He was like, you know, some of the work I do like audio. And like voicing for like an NFT thing. And I was like, oh, what NFT thing? He was like, it's called like Pudgy Penguins. And I was like, dude, like I was like, do you understand like what you're doing? And he was like, not really. No. I was like, bro, they're like one of the biggest projects right now. And he's like, bro, I'm literally the voice of Pudgy the Penguin on their TikToks. I'm like, dude, and you have no idea. This guy's never touched crypto. He's never owned an NFT, but he is the voice of, you know, Pudgy Penguins. And I'm like, it's so crazy that can be happening, you know?
Let's get him on the podcast. Pudgy the Penguin.
He has a great voice, dude. Yeah, you like the Pudgy Penguin voice. He's got one.
Holy shit. That is insane. I mean, yeah, like the other day, like a month or two ago, like I had just family group chat, someone post a replying GIF, and it's a Pudgy Penguin one. Like they really like hit mainstream. Like,
oh no, if you go to the
dude, Luca's so smart. Yeah.
He cooked, man. Shout out Luca.
If you type in anything into like the GIFs on Twitter, it'll come up with a Pudgy. I swear. Like you can type in any like motion, action, emotion, it'll come up with like a Pudgy, and it's really smart.
I noticed that, dude. Even on my iPhone.
Yeah. They did a really good job with that.
Yeah, and what's interesting to me is, you know, so many people shit on Cole Therium for selling Pudgies like he's an idiot. And I think, like, he actually did the smartest thing. He, like, recognized that there was something here with potential that he didn't have the ability to scale. And he was like, fuck it, I'm selling it. I'm going to buy a bunch of these penguins, and that's it. And I'm like, that's exactly what you should do, both for the project and for yourself. Is like, it applies to all trading. Like, recognize where you can't do something and like change your position. Don't hold on to your bag. If if you can't run something, don't, you know? I think so many people like, they're crazy about it. They're like, how could you sell it? How could you rug? And it's like, dude, like that's not how life works.
Yeah. I think everyone knew, like I don't really knew if he meant to like kind of hold them hostage, but everyone knew it. And like everyone complained about it, but no one was complaining a week or two later.
Because this was before CTOs, though. Like, now he could just rug, and then someone would CTO it. So it's like, it's all good, you know? We don't know how good we have it.
Coins. Gotta love them.
Real.
Do we talk about Luigi?
Yeah.
Or no?
That's going to get political.
Right. There's only so much to say. I feel like, you know, what I will say with something like that, as far as like my position on it as a coin, is I also try to, personally, I try to avoid what I would consider like flash in the pan narratives. Something that's like right now getting mainstream attention and is going to work, and then in 2 weeks it's going to be gone. Like, I don't know how much lasting power something like Luigi has, and really it depends on, you know, its social mind share. And so, like, I don't know. But again, that's like what I was talking about, playing to your strengths. I'm not good at playing the, like, Elon tweeted coins or some new news thing or justice for, whichever animal died yesterday. So I just don't. And it comes back to the whole principle of, like, play to your strengths and don't try to catch every runner. Like, it's fine to miss. Just catch a few that make you bags and, like, chill,
Yeah, I think that is such an important thing people gotta learn. Like, there's just some things that you are just not gonna be good at, and you can work on them. And I've worked on them, and I've become better at certain things. But I mean, hey, like, I know toe to toe, day to day, I'm not competing with Rick on Ethereum. I just know that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm not going to try and snipe coins. And what's sad really too is, like, people see these great P&Ls. They're like, oh my God, 0.02 ETH to like 150 ETH. And it's like, okay, well, first of all, that guy bribed 1 ETH on this play and has his whole life dedicated to, like, scanning pre-launch contracts. Like, this isn't achievable for 99% of people. I never snipe shit. It's like, you can, as a normal person, don't compete in that. Like, wait till launch, do some research. Maybe you have to use a little more size after, or instead of sniping, just use what you would have spent on a bribe to buy the coin after launch. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Like,
it's the same thing with news coins, though. Like you said, like, I don't think people realize there are entire groups on Solana dedicated to deploying news coins. Like, there are entire, like, I'm not talking about any FNF that's public. I'm talking about there are private groups, right? And we saw this happen with Nero. There was the guy that came out that said he deployed Nero, and he basically showed screenshots of his chat where they literally just deploy any news ticker. So it's like, you're not going to win with someone who has automated an entire tooling to doing something, right? Like, so it's better to just let the PvP happen. And if it survives and you think it's still a good narrative, then buy. But yeah, you're not missing out. Like, I see so many people cope about news coins, and I just don't. Like, I'm just like, okay, whatever.
No, you can't be sad about, like, missing things, and because all it's going to do is feed this thing in your head where you ape 10, 20 coins in a day trying to chase. And it's like, just chill. It's cool missing, guys. The only guarantee with all of this is that there's more opportunities. So you don't need to, like, FOMO, especially in a market like this. There's bangers nearly daily. So you just got to show up and catch some of them, and you'll make it.
Yeah, biggest thing, anyone starting out, just show up every day. Like, that's really it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you want to make it, like, you got to, I mean, me, LTR, Boggartt, we've put in hours every day for the past, well, me and LTR probably past 3 years, Boggartt past 2017. And
right,
it's just like, it's a very rewarding space. Like, you put in the work, you're eventually going to get results.
Yeah, eventually. I think that's the key point is, like, people see these P&Ls on Twitter about, like, it'll be some noob, he joined the space and he somehow got lucky and got $1 million off Chill Guy. Like, you cannot compare yourself to that. Like, that is true luck. What isn't luck is, like, showing up every day and getting better and learning. Like, that's not luck, right? So, like, you just...
Right, and I think that the onus is actually on you to actually learn. So many people come in and join a group chat and they're like, what is this? Like, oh, what's this about? Like, they're asking questions. They're just, like, asking to be spoon-fed. They're like, where's the alpha? Like, you guys haven't dropped a call. And it's like, bro, like, how about you actually try it? Like, or they think it's gambling. They get upset and discouraged. This shit's gambling. I'm just losing. And it's like, well, have you, like, made a trade journal? Have you, like, figured out what a proper process of DD is for you, like checking Twitter, checking if it's recycled, checking the deployer? Like, there's actual stuff that you can do to get an edge here. It's not gambling. It really depends on your approach. It can be gambling, or it can be a calculated process, and it's just the onus is on you as an individual to actually, like, have the discipline to try and learn something, which is really hard for a lot of people. They can't fucking read. They don't want to put in any effort, and it's like, well, of course you're failing, guys.
Yeah,
I think also, like, this happens to me so much in Anon because we are huge wallet trackers, right? Like, we do so many hours.
Yeah, same.
And into Etherscan finding wallets. I'll join a GC and I'll be like, yeah, I aped this. Some good wallets aped it. And they're like, can you share those good wallets? I'm like, bro,
right.
This is like the cumulative past 1.5 years of my life building up this wallet base. I am not giving you shit. Like, I'll tell you some good wallets aped it and you can try and find them on your own. But, like, I hate when people ask me for wallets. It's like the worst thing.
Oh, it's crazy. No, you got to put in the work, dude. I started like doing more cardio and like treadmill. I do like an hour and a half on the treadmill walking incline. And what I do while I'm on the treadmill? I have my fucking mini iPad and I'm wallet hunting. Like there's no breaks. You lock in, you put in the work, and nobody's gonna do it for you.
No, exactly. Like literally. So I actually recently got a job the past 3 months, and honestly it's mostly just me sitting there on my phone working all day on crypto, like just like putting in countless hours of trying to maneuver through different coins. And also it's been actually really funny, like kind of converting from like my big 3 monitor PC setup to just trading on my phone. It's been very interesting. I've gotten pretty quick with the DG check on new coins.
Get a taste of my medicine.
That's really funny.
Yeah. No,
well, I think what that also proves, though, what is good too, that I realized is like, especially in this market, I used to be a huge ETH shitcoiner, and back then there was so much more DD and rationale that you could apply to this stuff. But in this market and on Solana, I always just say you got to smash your head on the wall, and then you got to ape the funny shit, and like it's so easy to do too much. So like I've narrowed it down to a few things I check and it's good enough. It's like you have wallets ape, you think it's funny and original and a new narrative, and the volume's good, ape it. You don't have to make it too complicated. You can do it from an iPhone. Just like figure out a process that works for you and like just do it and try not to complicate things. You end up in the mid curve,
Figure out a process for you and don't compare your process to other people's process. Like if you're doing a different process, you're not going to get the same results as someone doing a totally different process. Like I think that's the thing, is like there's so much P&L comparing where it's like you guys are living totally different lives. You have different wallet processes. You're in different groups. So it's like just focus on personal best and focus on getting better for yourself. Don't don't try and be this other trader. Like you're your own person. You're your own trader.
Yeah. Yeah, play to your strengths, like I'm not a good person at sizing into stuff generally. It worked with Griffain because that was my make it or break it play, but I know my strengths. My best gains are from like tiny apes. Every time I think, oh, this is it and I'm going hard, I get wrecked. Every time I try to buy a dip, I get wrecked. So I just don't anymore. And it's not to say that that's not a valid strategy. Some people are only good at that. Some people are just like, I only get rinsed on new launches. I have to just buy size later and I do great. And it's like, yeah, that's great. Play to your strengths, figure out what works for you as a trader, like learn, adjust, adapt, take notes, and then just like follow up with that. You can't trade like anyone else. You got to be your own person.
No, definitely agree. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's an interesting time. It's an interesting time. It's really, I think the big takeaway is like you have to put in the work. You have to show up and you have to like try, not just like try to get handouts.
Yeah, that's like honestly, like I've been trying to kind of like contemplate, how the market is going to be over the next like couple months, especially with like Trump coming in office. But honestly, man, I'm just like, it doesn't matter. Like I was here during the absolute bear times of 2022. Like if I just show up every day, like I'm bound to.
There's going to be money to be made. Like people are going to try and gamble.
100%.
Like it's always going to happen. I mean, even before crypto, there was like sneakers. There was so much other stuff that you could have made a ton of money on. Like that's why I'm not even worried. Like let's say crypto went to zero and I was able to pull out my money. Like I wouldn't be worried because I'd be able to find something to do. Like I truly believe that. Like there'd be another new hot industry where there would be stuff to trade or stuff to flip. Like that's just how humans work. They like to gamble. They like to speculate. So it's like there's always going to be something like this. Now that's to say, like, is this probably the best opportunity to make a ton of money that we have for a long time? Yeah, but like there's still other stuff that you can make money in or do very well in. Like
Right. Well, I think it really comes back to the principle of like it's a testament to your ability to teach yourself and take responsibility for like learning something that can give you that confidence. It's the same way that like a college degree, unless you're doing an applied degree like a doctorate or sciences, it's really to show that you have the discipline to learn. You know, you go get the job you're going to go. 66% of the college graduates don't get a job related to their field of study. All that it is you go get a job and they say, okay, you have a degree, which means you have the capacity to have discipline and learn, and we're going to teach you this. And it's the same thing here. You have the capacity to learn a new task and like put the responsibility on yourself, then yeah, maybe right now it's coins, maybe next it's NFTs or whatever. You just follow the money and like give it a lot of effort.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, definitely. It's just, yeah. But I guess we should probably just end this podcast with kind of just talking about, like, I don't know. Personally, I think it's in a weird spot of how the market is. I just don't really know if more AI stuff can continue. I mean, maybe it can.
Oh, dude.
Know. I guess
here's my thoughts on. Oh, no, go for it. Sorry.
I mean, I don't really have much to say other than I'm just kind of getting tired of getting farmed by like apps.
Well, here's my thought on AI. My thought on AI is, you know, for a normal person who's not involved in crypto, the only way to get exposure to AI, which is the future, is by like buying NVIDIA stock. And that's it. But if you want to invest in the things that the NVIDIA like foundation is seeding, and if you want to get on the forefront of like, you know, AI that's actually doing amazing shit, crypto and NFT and meme coins or whatever, it's the only way. So I think we're going to see a lot of noise, a lot of trash, but there's going to be a few like Googles and Apples in here that are launching now or are already out that are just going to be so huge. It's going to change the landscape of everything. I think the founder of Griffain tweeted something that I thought was so bullish. He said, using Solana will be as easy as typing on a keyboard or something like that, or as easy as talking to it. And it's like, that makes so much sense to me. You talk to this agent and you're like, hey, like, buy me this NFT. Nobody wants to go clicking through wallets and doing all this weird shit. That's not normally friendly. That's an AI's job. I want to tell an AI, like, hey, give me the top, you know, give me the wallets in this coin that have $50,000 or more balance cumulatively. And it spits those out for you. You want to talk to the blockchain. And that's just one example of on-chain agents. But I think AI as a whole, like this industry is kind of being revolutionized here in crypto. And it's the only way for us to like get exposure to it. So I'm personally like giga-long AI. And it's just a matter of which of these are vapor and which of these are substance.
Also, I think there's still a lot that are going to launch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I still think a lot of great things are building. And it's taking time, so like I wouldn't. If you haven't hit one yet, to people listening, like just keep on searching and like find a way to due diligence. Like Bog said, like I think with the AI stuff, you really have to develop conviction because if it's truly a good AI project, it's gonna take time to flesh out. Like coding takes time. Good AI tech takes time. Like so I think like you just got to be patient.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I look for substance. I'm like, is this just a shitty Twitter chat bot that's doing something funny? Fade. Like, is this a random anonymous team where it says like this is automated by a profile with 16 followers? Fade. But the second I click an AI project and I see who automated it, and it's a guy with 45,000 followers, I'm like, okay, you know, there might be some shit here to look into. So it's a matter of finding your method for DD that lets you like find confidence, you know, in the play.
Yeah, I think there's just so much more room for AI to grow. Like, I just really don't see like an end to it at all. Does that mean like I feel like there might be a chance to eventually go through a slump? I think, but just overall, like there's just so much like to be built within AI. And honestly, like I really like Solana for it, just because I feel like Solana is just like the most like easy, quick chain in my opinion. And that's kind of been like my bullish thesis on Solana. It's just because it's just quicker. That's literally it. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, now that AI has kind of had some moment and people have time to kind of build, knowing that they're in like a safe space to launch something that'll probably do well for them. It'll be interesting to see what kind of comes out over the next
Yeah.
months or so.
Well, I think you just said something that I think is such a good like right curve perspective that I've come around to, which is like, when Solana first came around, and for years I was a hater because I was stuck in the mid curve, and I'm addressing the fundamentals. I'm saying, okay, Solana is an inflationary blockchain. They subsidize the miners. That's why it's cheap. Yada yada yada. All this really bullshit. When really at the end of the day, you know what it comes down to? You just said it. Its soul is just quicker, and that's all anyone really cares about. It doesn't matter if it's like fundamentally flawed, yada yada. Normies like it. Coinbase is supporting it. Like that. That's it. That's all you need. You get on the right curve. Like I think it's like everything comes down to like boiling it down to a one sentence bull thesis. If you can't break down why you're bullish on something in one sentence, then it's bullshit. Solana's just quicker. For me, Griffain, on-chain agents, Siri for Solana. Okay, great. Like, break everything down. If you can't make it that simple, then you're probably mid-curving.
Yeah, and then also another, like, just really simple term that I kind of came up with is just, like, it's just cheaper than ETH and BTC. That's another huge thing in my opinion. Like, I feel like people look at this and be like, oh my god, there's so much more room to grow. Solana's only 200.
Yeah, normies don't know about
Ethereum's
FTV.
4,000.
They don't know about
no one knows it. No one knows that shit. Like, they just see a number, dude, and that's all they want to know. And
I will say though, Trump is like backing ETH and DeFi, like as we speak.
Bro's buying Link.
Yeah, you guys see that on that
Link
wall?
soldiers, come on!
They deserve it.
Link Army, rise up.
Bro.
They do. They do.
Dude, deserve that
Talk
shit.
about left
Shout out
curve,
my
like
XRP
Link
brothers.
Link maxis deserve it. That was like a 12-year range of just. It was like at $5 for like 40 years. So they deserve it, honestly.
Link is good. XRP, there's another one again where like the mid curve in me
XRP,
was like
baby.
right. And all of the reasons.
I was gonna say XRP is like
Right.
the shit that your frat bros are gonna show you. Like, bro.
Oh, totally. All the reasons crypto natives hate XRP are the exact reasons that the government loves it, which is they have full control over it. And you can't mid-curve it and get trapped into like ethics of the philosophy of blockchain. I'm not buying this trash. That's the reason I didn't buy Doge when it was like first coming out, is I was like, what's this dumb shit? Like, there's no value to it. And then it's like, actually, that's the beauty. That means it's not quantifiable. The second you put a quantifiable value on something, you've actually now attached a price ceiling to it. If you can say, here is the yield, this is what this asset is worth, you're fucked. It's never going higher. If you say, this is a funny, cute dog, infinite value, and that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, no, I agree. But I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. I'm a little hungry and I'm tired, but it's been really awesome time talking to you, Boggart. Obviously, as well as you, LTR. Really great time, and thank you so much for coming on today, Boggart. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Boggs. Great.
Yeah, of course, guys. Thank you guys so much for having me on. It's been a pleasure catching up, and I look forward to hearing your next episodes and seeing you guys in the trenches. And I hope anyone listening gets some good value out of this.
Make sure to take profit on Griffain, my boy.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Got my average. Got my average started.
Don't pull the CyberCon.
No, fool me thrice, bro.
Amen.
Perfect. Love you. Well,
all right, guys.
Thank you all so much for listening.
Take it easy, guys.
See ya.
Peace.